making our way up. Pretty steep little incline right off the bat. I'm not good at this stuff. One little step at a time, we'll get there. Right now, what's motivating me to keep moving is the knowledge that this little steep uphill is pretty much the hardest work we'll do today, because afterwards the rest we'll be doing the huge downhill of the crazy amount of climbing we did the other day. All right, we've just finished that first crazy little steep uphill. I'm gonna soak in a view for a second.
And now this is the rig.
Oh. Ah, yes. Must take a nice careful step at a time, but it sure is nice not having to go uphill and basically fighting against gravity with about 50 pounds on your back. This is nice. I don't know why every time I'm doing a hike like this, my mind tends to wander to the Fellowship of the Ring and the little hobbits who, despite all odds, surmounted against, great evil. Kind of rambling, but cool path at any rate. Another killer view. Look at that. Can't go wrong. Okay. A nice little view here. Looks like some kind of past rock slide or something. I'm glad the rocks fell when we were nowhere near them. Oh, a little bit of an uphill. That's not too bad. Mountaineering. This is probably the closest thing that we've ever done to basically climbing a mountain. We've never done a trail like this. Looks a little scarier than it actually is. Big part of it is, don't look down. Oh shit, I looked down. Ah! All right, one little step at a time. We got this. Pardon me, love? Oh, the little rivulet or whatever they call it. Here we go. Oh, that's kind of cool. Good times. All right. There we go. I think we're done that sort of open part there. We're heading back in the trees, it looks like. Good times. We are. Hi ho! Hi ho! Hi ho! Hi ho! Kicking rocks off the trail we go. Hi ho! Hi ho! We found some snow. Hi ho! Hi ho! Sort of back in the trees here. Going along. Enjoying the last little bit of flats and minor uphills before we're gonna have a pretty steep decline all the way to the bottom. One thing about the Allstones trail is on the way to the Allstones lake, it is basically nothing but uphill. Be ready for some pretty serious testing of your physical conditioning because it's not that easy. Do not think it's a random little pleasant stroll through the park, because it most certainly is not. That being said, on the way back out, you don't have to worry about as much uphill. So there's that. All right. Hello, everybody. Thought I would do a little selfie mode for a moment. Probably see the uphill behind me. I don't feel like looking back up. I'll review it in the video later. It feels good to go downhill. Oh my God. My goodness. Tiring, but not exhausting. Yabba dabba doo! Man, looking at this scene really kind of puts things into perspective. We are tiny, tiny, tiny little specks of dust hurtling at like crazy speeds through the cosmos. It's kind of a neat, awe-inspiring thing to think about. So, yeah, I don't know if the GoPro point of view perspective is really conveying how steep downhill this actually is, but I mean, any more steep than this, and we'd pretty much need mountain climbing equipment, I think. I mean, this is steep. I just about died coming up this the other day, and it feels really good to have conquered it, even if barely, and to now just be enjoying a nice, pleasant stroll down. There's no way I would have had enough breath in my lungs to be recording video like this on the way up this crazy hill, or maybe like half the way down, and that's just this hill. Still some pretty killer views everywhere. I'm just gonna do a quick pan up, show you where we came in from here. Yeah. All right, GoPro, stop recording. I'm just stunned right now at how steep this is, and thinking about the fact that we were actually able to make it up all this. I was asking Maila a minute ago, how did we make it up? And I think she summed it up pretty well with, you know, perseverance, determination, some good old-fashioned grit, and unfortunately, in my case, no shortage of heavy complaining. Seems to be a bit of a coping mechanism for me. Just sort of gripe as I drag my feet along. At least it keeps me moving, and eventually we get there. So, oh, I think we're about to come out from these trees into another bit of a view. View becoming less and less spectacular the further we go down. Can only now sort of just barely see Abraham Lake, which by the way is where we're heading. We'll get there. Do another little selfie mode here. Not sure how much you can see. Kind of wearing the rain gear. Was really thinking it was going to rain today. It was definitely in the forecast. Was expecting to get wet. I heat up quick. All I've got under here, really no layers. One single merino wool t-shirt. Just trying those out for the first time. They've come highly recommended, and I see why. Unfortunately, despite its ability to really absorb perspiration quite well, I'm already perspiring quite a bit. It doesn't help that I'm wearing basically what amounts to a rubber suit. It's kind of like a sauna in here almost. Which leads me into the point about having a really good idea to make sure you got some clothes, dry clothes, just a spare set waiting for you back at your car. There's no way I feel like rummaging through my backpack to get the one spare dry t-shirt I have in there. Plus, it's probably not that clean at this point, it needs to go in the wash. It is quite nice having a fresh pair of clothes at the car waiting, so that when you can get there, or so that when you get there, you can change out of your, you know, sweaty clothes and stuff, and be that much more comfortable for your drive home. In all fairness, I never really thought myself to bring the spare clothes in the car. That was the amazing Maila, making sure to have that stuff ready. Started doing that when we go snowboarding. At the end of the day, we come back, make sure we've got a dry pair of socks and a dry t-shirt. It makes a huge difference comfort-wise when you come back at the end of the day. So definitely recommend that. And I thought we were pretty much through the clearings. Looks like we have one last clearing here. Gonna adjust the GoPro a bit. Boom. Maila doing little mini switchbacks, makes it a bit easier going down. See if I can step over here to get a slightly better view of the lake. Oh yeah. We just walked down this. Pretty steep. Looks intimidating. Not too bad. Glad it is not pouring rain, because obviously it is just a matter of time before another mudslide. And yeah, I don't want to be anywhere near here when that happens. Good times. Maila capturing a couple of stills of the view.
The doesn't justify how steep this.
It is hard to capture the perspective. That's what I was saying earlier in a couple of these videos, for sure. Whoa, that was a close one there. That's why those trekking poles really freaking come in handy. I might have gone tumbling down the hill there, if not for being able to quickly catch myself with the pole. Whew. And a fall today would not be pleasant. We are totally in the off season right now. Kind of just in the first week of fall. Typical vacation tourist season is long over. Midweek, less than ideal weather. So we did pass a group of 5 or 6 older ladies yesterday, and when I say older, I mean, I don't know, probably in their 50s. Oh, right, on our way out the other day, I should say, on our hike in. And they weren't exactly carrying 50 pounds on their backs, but damn, I gotta give it to those ladies. If I'm that mobile when I'm their age, I think that'll be a victory. So good on them. But in the meantime, we have not crossed paths with a single other person. So yeah, it would not be good to fall down. Help is far away. So yeah, I'm glad I did not fall. Thank you, pole. All right, GoPro. We've come across an obstacle across the path here, which we must have been super tired on the way out because we don't really remember, but I think it's a matter of going around here. Hey?
It looks like it's new.
You think it just fell down?
Yeah.
It wasn't really a storm though. It's a possibility. Either way, we're just gonna go around.
I really don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a path of others who have gone around this. Could be fairly fresh. A little bit of bushwhacking. You all right there? All right, one little step at a time. Slow and steady, right? Wins the race. Yeah, we made it.
It looks like it's just new.
Could be.
Weird.
So those 5 ladies I mentioned earlier were wondering if maybe they noticed this, which was actually mine, that must have fallen out of my backpack and left it in an obviously, clearly impossible to miss location that we would find on our way out.
Thanks, ladies.
Indeed, we have no idea who you are, but you are awesome. And also, like I was saying earlier, super impressed by the fact that little 50, I shouldn't say little, that 50, you know, plus, that older ladies are doing this crazy hill. I mean, shit, I'm not even 40, pushing 40, and this just about killed me. And they were able to pull it off. And we got this back. We got everything back, because we also had a camera scare yesterday where we misplaced the camera temporarily, thinking it was lost. And this was the only other thing we'd lost, so leave no trace behind. Just started recording here since it looks like we're coming up on a nice little view. Oh, we've got the marker. We're like pretty much, I think we're there, guys. Oh my God, it's the road. We're there. We did it. Holy crap. Allstones Lake, baby. We totally did this. Oh yeah. There's the road, there's the lake. Oh man, this feels good. My legs are jello right now. Pretty darn shaky. I'm glad we're down here. Oh, yeah. All right. So right across the highway here, we've got the parking area for Abraham's Lake. And this rather steep embankment, which leads right up to the path which goes all the way to Allstones Lake, is fairly steep, and also a very fair representation of how steep almost the entire path is the whole way. So yeah, if this seems too steep for you, don't bother. But if it looks like a challenge, I highly recommend it. The view will not let you down. GoPro. So I'm not sure how well you might see Maila straight up the hill there. Bit of traffic going by us. Pretty sleepy road otherwise. But yeah, that is pretty much how steep almost the entire way. Not the entire way, but pretty close to it. This is almost how steep it is the whole time. Getting up to Allstones Lake, as well as the peak up there. These are the last few steps. All we need to do now is cross the highway, get back to the car, and take off these packs.
It's like 5 kilometers of that.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost 5 kilometers of that, with very, very few flats and very, very few downhills. Except when you're coming back, of course. When you're coming back, it's all downhill. And there's the highway. We just got to go across. Excellent. Here we are. Back home. Looking good. Feeling good. Mostly feeling good. Feeling a lot better than when we came out the other day. Because the hike out, the hike in almost killed me. The hike out, tiring, but not feeling quite as bad. I recommend it if you feel up for a good challenge. Signing off.